What's up, everybody? This is Newton Mayenge. Welcome to the league. Today's topic is on forging your own path. And I couldn't have this conversation with anyone other than my next two guests. They are jacks of all trades. They not only own their own production company, but they're entrepreneurs. They are writers, directors, producers, and most importantly, actresses. I would love to welcome Malika Blessing and Tiffany Royale, better known as Royale Blessing Entertainment. Hey, welcome Malika and Tiffany. How you doing? Welcome to the league.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks for coming. I'm doing great. Thank you for coming on the show. We wanted to talk about one of our amazing topics that we've always talked about, but specifically for you guys, forging your own path. You ladies have a show that you created that has been so amazing, and forging your own path, I felt like was a very suitable topic for you, because I know we have like-mindedness when it comes to all of that. We're all in this business. We're all creative. Right. And we're navigating. We're not waiting on anyone. So forging your own path. Exactly. And forging your own path is so critical, especially in the business that we're in, because we have these opportunities with technology now to create. And I know for me, starting the league with my fiance, Whitney Bowers, was huge because the pandemic hit, and we still wanted to be able to create something while still connecting with our fellow entertainers. Right. So for you ladies, what kind of motivated you to forge your own path, so to speak?
I think that we always wanted to do this. Like we were always from back when we were in undergrad at Grambling State University, and we used to come to Los Angeles and we would enter into theater competitions, and we would travel around. But this particular time we came to LA because we went to, like I said, Grambling, Louisiana. And so we won the best duo or scene or something like that. And so on our free time, we were able to choose where we wanted to go. And we wanted to go to Hollywood Boulevard and in front of the Chinese Theater.
Okay.
And we said that
we just knew. We were like, we want to we're gonna be here.
We said we're gonna when we graduate, we're gonna come back to LA. And we're going to be actresses, and we're going to pursue our career. And then we went off to grad school.
Right.
And I stayed at Grambling for grad.
And then, I was at North Carolina.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then we both made our ways individually back to LA, and we lost touch. I think my number, one of the numbers changed,
and we lost touch. And our professor
from Grambling
connected us back. And then
he's like, Malika's in LA.
And I was like, he was like, Tiffany is in LA. And I said, no. And so I hurried up and called, and she was
and then the first day I was in Venice Beach. And remember the first day, you took me to that audition.
Your first day?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, Malika. And she's like, come on, get in the car, which is so Malika. You ever rode it, you going everywhere. But anyway, I'm at this audition, not prepared. I think I had just showed up to LA.
Okay.
It was maybe 2 weeks.
I know I always wanted to cast her and everything.
Right, but so what was the question? Forging our own path?
Yeah. Oh, no.
You're doing just fine. Trust me. Keep going.
But hold on. You have to tell, when we first saw each other, it was in Venice. It's kind of like a movie.
Oh, well,
I remember we were like, oh my God.
I have to hear it.
Running, and we started hugging, and then it was just like you said, I got an audition.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah.
It just, and then from there, I think a month later, maybe not even a month later, we formed another production company with some other ladies that we knew. And just been going. I mean, we were doing our own individual auditioning and stuff with other people, but we always were doing something, creating something, producing something, casting something, directing something, writing something. We always were. So now that we've come all the way to this point with the pandemic, I mean, now it's like we finally got the chance.
It was a no-brainer because so many people always said, "When are you guys going to have a company?" Or when you guys going to be doing something?
When are you guys going to do something together?
Because we were doing things separate.
No one never cast us except one person. It was a pilot, Gil, who's awesome, Gil Nelson. But other than him, all this time, no one's ever cast us in the same show or anything.
And we always work together,
and we work really well together.
Like when we produced the stage play Willie and Esther, where it was myself and Lloyd. It's a 2-character piece, and Tiffany was the director. And so we never got a opportunity to act together outside of college.
Okay.
This whole time. So it was,
and we would ask people. We remember like, write us something, or hey, can you? We would. That's what we do. We find our writer friends. We're like, can you write us something? And it just never invested until this point. After all of this, the pandemic and kids and husbands and all this stuff.
And then then I saw something on Instagram. It was a film festival, and it was supposed to be a 2-minute short about the coronavirus. So then we called my other best friend, Jamie and Parker, and was like, hey, you write us this. And so then he's co-creator of Tess and Jackie, Lafayette. So he came up with it. But he was also editing it at the same time, because Tiffany and I, we literally shot all of this on an iPhone, and we shot each other. So we do everything.
We just did it ourselves.
So we were late for the deadline. So we said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put it out,
because we already did it, you know. And we, we're like, okay, let's put it out. And we got such a response.
So much feedback.
And I think people, as much as we were waiting to work together, I think people were also waiting to see us work together. But they were like, when's the next one? And we love Tess and Jackie. And so.
And then we just said,
we had another, we were about to work on another short. And then we were like, why don't we just make it the same people, the same characters, and just make it
keep it going.
Exactly.
And then it just.
And it's just so, like, right now, it's just going. It's like divine order, really.
And that's amazing, because, I've been on the set of Tess and Jackie, which I was so grateful.
You're awesome.
Yes, we love
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. And it's just so amazing, because you ladies work so great together. You, like you said, you write, you produce, you direct, you act, of course. And this was the perfect time, pandemic-wise. What gave you guys the how can I say it, the motivation or the courage to just step out and keep creating?
I gotta say, for me, it's been really hard during this pandemic time, and just prior to that, of just going on auditions, not getting booked, or my pictures are not working, or my reels isn't working at the time. And that God has given you a gift, of acting. And when you are in your element and you're performing, and people are just like, wow, I want to see you again, or, this whole 9 yard. But then it's like, for me, I had to stop thinking about what other people's paths were and trying to pair that with mine, and us saying, okay, we have to create our own and make our own, and make these characters lovable and everyday people. They're not caricatures. These are Tess and Jackie are real people, but also giving us an opportunity to shine as actors.
Yes.
So for me, it was timing. So many people have been saying, why don't you guys do your own stuff? Why don't you go thing? Or, life gets in the way, and then, you see success of other people just being 100, being real, and you've even worked with, and it's like, sometimes you're like, God, why not me? Right. At the same time, God is also saying, I gave you the talent. I gave you the ability as producers. You guys had your own production company. You guys,
you have all the tools, you have all the resources, you have all the talent.
Do it yourself.
And what I was gonna say is, I think for me and Malika, like, we both are our own worst enemy. And exactly, because like there really hasn't been, when you ask like, well, what motivated you now? And what I can tell you, what didn't motivate us from before, from not having it happen all this time, was we are both like perfectionists about things. And are overthinkers and overplanners, both of us. And a lot of times we had so many concepts and ideas and things and stuff and possibilities, and we would sit on it, maybe wait on it, because we were like, this one's not right. It had to be right.
Yes.
And And we weren't the type to just because we wanted to just put something out there. We're going to just, let's just throw something out there. Let's just do it. We're not going to do that.
Mhm.
So it
Yes.
took some time. And then when Jamie and, gave us this script and we read it, and it just was like, it worked. It fit. It was like, okay, this is the time. And then as far as the production of it, it's like everything has just been smooth sailing. It's been falling into place like a domino.
Mhm.
And that's how you know that it's like
It's
supposed
meant
to
to
be
be
happening.
and that is divine order, and that everything has got timing, because just at first it was just she and I, and then
Yes.
as the episode started to progress and we were developing the storyline, and then we're
Mhm.
seeing friends like you and even Whitney, your producer, that is going to be on. Then it's like that's that casting director and producer side of us, of wanting to bring other people in and allow them to shine. At the same time, just not being us, and then just you and everyone else are just like,
and trying to also like we want to always do things on a scale of where we see ourselves.
Absolutely.
Not so much where we are right at that moment. And so we do our best to try to create that environment or work in that way. You know what I mean? Even if it's not at that level yet, we're going to our actions and behavior and thoughts and the work ethic is going to be as if we already have that TV show, as if we already, you know what I mean? So,
and you have to have that.
Yeah,
like you have to know what your goals are, what your short-term goals are, what your long-term goals are, and where is it that you see yourself, and visualizing that and writing it down. Like, we have it written down, the networks we want to be on.
Yeah.
We have it written down.
And that was a separate thing.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. I remember calling her and I was like, yo, what network do you see our show on? And she's like, oh, well, I have my thing. And I'm like, oh, I have on my vision board too. And we, and from there, then it's the faith thing. You got to be specific.
Yes.
Like, who do we want to work with? Even right now with the show, everyone who is a part of it or acting it, whatever, it was thought and in our hearts, and we discussed it and we prayed about it. And it was like that person. It was very strategically picked and placed and put into order.
Right.
It wasn't just by chance. So, you have to, like she said, have the goal, be specific, make it plain, have faith in it, believe in it. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
Yeah.
And love
what you do.
Whatever you're passionate about, and you wake up in the morning, it's not a day that doesn't go by all day long that I'm not thinking about my career, our show, and even being a blessing to other people. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the main things with our company, Royal Blessing Entertainment, is that we want to be a vessel and be able to open doors for other people that didn't get the opportunities. Because there's been times that I didn't get it because I wasn't a name, or they didn't know my name, or you know,
there are all types of talents.
We've all been there.
Purple shirt, you wear a purple shirt, you didn't get the part, like stupid stuff, but opportunities.
And then, but when we cast, even when we do, like, because people do hire us to cast films and shorts and plays and things like that, we always making a point to cast someone who is new, who is just arrived here, who don't have a lot on their resume, because they want to do it and have talent, or we're being mentors to them by telling them, look, you need this, you need your headshots, you need your reel, you need to do background so you can understand this, giving them the guidelines to help them, because a lot of times that can happen for us.
And don't know. Like that,
especially in this business.
Yes, yes. It's a catch-22 for someone who's new. When they go into audition, they have maybe no experience, no credits on their resume, but they're going because they really want it. And then if they're fearless. And then if they get in the door, right? Unless they get in the door, and then maybe their audition is totally not just the acting. I mean, their whole etiquette. They don't know. And a lot of casting directors will, if they give an opportunity to get in the door, we'll just send them on their way. and maybe talk about them once they leave.
Mm-hmm.
But we make a point in that situation where we tell them, you know what, you need to fix this on your resume. Your headshot, you need to get a new headshot. When you come in, like, don't shrink
Yeah.
yourself. Why you walk back in here? Do it again.
Right.
This and that. Okay, now
And that's so valuable.
giving them this, because you never know. You never know. That could be the next Denzel or who, you never know. But it's like they need the information. You can't knock someone for something they've never.
But the main thing is
had.
pouring into other people.
Yeah.
And putting your hand out to say, I want to help you. And a lot of times, a lot of persons don't want to help someone and bring them up. And that's one of the things with us. We're excited to be in to even create a show and to be in position and to bring in people.
And our people.
And our,
you
you
know
know
what I'm saying?
Yes.
People we respect.
We want to see people win.
We want to.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
And that's one of you ladies' biggest models. As long as I've known you both, is you want to see people win. And I see it on your Instagrams all the time. We talk about it personally, and that's just a beautiful thing that you're doing, especially in this business, because we all know how tough it is.
Oh yeah.
We just all know how tough it is. You, like you said, you leave an audition, you have no clue on if you did a great job or a bad job, and you don't know what needs to be corrected.
How can you grow?
Nope. Can't grow.
Right.
You can't grow.
Yeah.
So what's one tip that you ladies would give all the listeners out here in terms of forging their own path? What's one tip that you would give them to start with when they're in this business?
I would say first that they need to know what is it that they want to do.
Yeah.
They have to have a clear vision of what is it that they want to do, no matter what the career that they're choosing to venture on their own and become entrepreneurs. You have to be clear on what is it that you want, and writing it down and writing it out and researching it too.
I have to say this though.
And research
it come quickly sometimes. Because there's people I know who started out acting or wanting to be actors, and maybe they get a little bit here, but it wasn't really substantial. And then they found out that maybe they were better behind the camera. They were better being a producer. They're better. So sometimes you can write it down, like, I want to be the next whatever, but some people have to kind of feel where they know they have an inkling, they know they got the bug, but they don't know where they're going to fall in place. But I do think you kind of have to really discover the passion and the calling, and you really find out what it is, and make it plain, write down, okay, I know it's an acting bug. I want this, I want to work with this director, I want to be on this network, I want to.
But everyone knows that feeling that you have, whether if it's acting, when you're watching something on television, when you're watching your favorite actor or actresses. So you have that. Everybody has an intuitive gift in that feeling. So it's inside you. It's inside you. So just like with me, acting is my first love. And being able to know that that's what I want to do, but I wanted to learn every aspect of it. So I think that once you decide what is it, because you got to be clear on what you got to do. Everything else is going to come because God gives us multiple talents, but you have to experience every aspect of that career choice that you're doing. And I say for this one, you want to know behind the scenes. You want to know lights. You want to know theater. You want to know how was commercial is different from film. Yeah, man. Get on the shit. You want to, but you gotta know what you want. Because some people, they just say, I just want to be an actor. Okay. My first thing is when people ask for consultation, what kind of actor do you want to be? What do you want to do? What is it that you want? They say, I just want to act. There's commercial acting, there's theater, there's film, and there's television, there's episodic, there's different genres. So you need to know what that you want to go into. And yes, people have crossed over and some haven't. They're they know what where their lane is. But you got to know that. You got to be realistic of what your positioning is. Because some people say, I want to be a lead actor. I want to do this. Some people are just great supporting actors. It's nothing
and
wrong
make a great living out of it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with that.
And I think to the point I was going to say as advice, piggybacks of what she just said. I think it's important to know who you are. Because if you don't, like she said, if you don't know what you want to do, how easy is it for you to get straight into something else?
Yeah.
If you don't have that goal, next thing you know, you're doing wherever, somewhere. And you like,
X, Y, and Z. That.
to see me like this. Right. You gotta know who you are. And you can't, there's many different rivers that lead to the same ocean. There's many different ways about it. And you cannot try to copycat and Xerox how someone else's path is. And a lot of times that is the very reason you're not getting successful in booking the job, because they can tell, people can sense when you're not being authentically you. Right.
Yes.
Now, it takes some people a little moment to find their footing and really figure out, like, well, how do I fit in this whole thing? Or really, who am I? They have to get challenged and tested by things to find out really who they are. But once you have to know that first and foremost. Yeah. Because it is a crazy industry. And if you don't
it is.
And you don't know who you are and what you stand for and your morals, you will fall for anything, and you'll be
you have
lost.
to be solid in your decision if acting is that choice, because it's a lot of rejection. So you have to be able to sustain and let it roll off your shoulder. I've had mentors that say that once you audition, let it roll off your shoulders, because that just was another opportunity for a job. It's an opportunity to perform. It's an opportunity, and you take that. And if it's going to happen, and if it's meant to be, it's going to be. So don't stress yourself out. What is divine order from God is going to be. What's for you, can't nobody take away from you.
And it is easier said than done. Trust, like, I know for me, I hate auditioning. I really do. I think it's this thing. Like, no other job are they going to give you 30 seconds or less and be like, fix this computer. Oh, thank you. You know what I mean? Like,
have a good day. Exactly.
Like, you didn't even give me a chance to turn the computer on. You know what I mean? So
it's
like, I don't like it, but I had to get to a place of like, you know what? This is part of the job, and having fun with it, and really like not caring. I'm not caring. That doesn't mean not preparing. I mean, not caring to the point where it cripples me, where I'm going in like, I'm fighting traffic, and I gotta go to an audition, and they probably not gonna like me, and I don't know what to, all those things. And by the time you get in the room,
you've already taken yourself mentally out of the scenario to be focused.
You should have whatever you say. Right. So, and if you think about it, those who are out there, there's been a situation that you can remember that you didn't even think nothing about it. You just knew that it was going to happen.
And it happened. Without you doing anything, it just falls into place.
Yes.
I have to keep that. Even myself, now having to, because just like she really don't like to audition, self-taping, I had started to become robotic, because it was like I didn't have the feedback from a live reader and the energy in the room.
Totally different. I love the self-tape.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you constantly, no matter how far you've been in the business, we're still learning. Yeah. And I still have to learn and take a class and to help me get through that, because now it's nothing but a lot of self-taping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And having to get over that fear. Right. You know what I mean? So you're constantly learning, know that.
Evolving, meeting people, working on your craft. And another bit of advice would be to keep your ego in check.
Yeah.
Oh, keep that ego in check. Yes.
Small industry, as much as it seems like this whole however many degrees of separation, it's these people are here and then, no, it is very small. People are watching, people talk. And a lot of times your job may come based on how you were on your last job, your attitude, what people are like, they're cool. I like working with them. You know what I mean? Like, you have to keep your ego in check. If you go in and you're a diva or a diva and you feel like you don't need to learn anything else,
right?
that you know it
That's
all.
the quickest way not to get hired for
That's
moving
the
forward in the rest
quickest
of your career.
way.
And we
Yeah.
know a lot of people. I have worked with a lot of people and celebrities that you guys know and recognize, but their career have taken a turn because of their ego and their attitude and the way they treat people. Because you never know who you are around. Like if that grip has a dream. So that grip may be your next director. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
you never know. You have to treat everybody kind, wherever you're going, and be genuine and respect, because you never know.
You never know.
Relationships are important, and you never know what that relationship could be. And they will remember as a grip how you treated them.
What did they say? What's the quote?
Good or bad?
The person you're being an asshole to today could be the ass you're kissing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a very true statement.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. So,
and don't stop.
Yeah.
Another tip is don't give up. Do not give up. Because really, if you give up, it was just a hobby. Because if you're passionate and you love something,
you're going to keep doing it anyway.
You're going to keep going.
Malika.
Yeah. Well. I know, right? Seriously, though.
But it's true.
It is true.
It is true.
And you know what? It's universal law. Like really.
Yeah.
Like the people that we see who are like, wow, how did they make it? Really? It's just persistence. Like it eventually just like there's people who are gonna fall off because they can't take it. And they're like, let's take it too long. Come on, y'all. Take it too long. And the other
because everyone has their path. There's no two paths that are the same. You know, and like you said, like we talked about earlier, you can't compare your path to someone else's.
Exactly.
Not at all.
And the thing is that when you plant a seed, it has to grow.
Yeah. What you put out
is gonna come back.
Yeah.
So it's no way to get around it, but you gotta believe it. Like you know your name, that we know without a shadow of a doubt that we know that we're going to be on network television. We know we're going to have a sitcom. We know that these things are going to happen. We know we're going to be blessing people with jobs.
And let me tell you ladies something, because I know your skill set and I know your talent. You ladies are two of the most talented people I've ever met in my life and have been blessed to work with. So I know you will be on a network. I already know. It's already predestined for you. It's just a matter of when it's time.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can people follow you ladies personally and Tess and Jackie?
Personally, actress Malika Blessing on IG, actress Malika Blessing on Facebook, and on Twitter, Malika Blessing.
And then I'm at Instagram and Facebook under Tiffany Rebecca Royale. My actual name, just at me. And then for our company, Royal Blessing Entertainment, it's Royal Blessing ENT on IG, on Facebook. There's a page, right?
Page.
And then on YouTube, it's Royal Blessing ENT. And
you can on our website at www.royalblessingentertainment.
Yeah, you got to spell it all out.
.com.
And
to keep updated with what we got.
Yeah, and we are gonna drop the other episodes in the new year. So right now there's the first episode, Smelling the Rona, which is the one the coronavirus that she said we were submitting for the film festival. And
hilarious. By the way.
And then the other episodes will be released in the new year. And
we're doing it like Netflix.
Yeah, like Netflix.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And so you guys, you know what? You guys can go. So go to YouTube
and subscribe.
Subscribe. So type it in, Royal Blessing,
subscribe,
and pull it up. And then there's a little red thing that says subscribe. And then take your finger or your mouse, whatever you do, or your touch screen, and then hit subscribe.
I love it, ladies. I love it.
We're waiting for you guys to do it.
I know. As we speak, literally right now. We'll make sure that happens.
No,
ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show today. This has been a treat. You ladies are family to us, and we're very grateful to have had you on the league. Everyone, I want to make sure that you check out Tiffany and Malika, Tess and Jackie, coming to a YouTube near you and network near you
That's
Yes.
right.
Ladies, please
Yes.
continue to stay safe. Love you. Thank you. Everyone, also, please be safe. This is the League, Newton Mayenge. We're signing off.
Newton, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Whitney, Newton, love you guys. Thank you so
We're
much.
We
so
love you too. Bye.